Well, hi everyone, good afternoon. It's Richard Wade from Health and Safety. I'm going to make a very brief video, and the topic today is dog control and the responsibility for you, if you own a dog, to have your dog under control at all times so that it can't injure or scare other people or other animals. The reason this is topical at the moment is we've had a recent incident in Hun Park where a sheepdog, a young sheepdog rather, was off leash naturally, but this dog decided to go and interact with a member of the public. It nipped the member of the public's leg, caused a bit of an injury, and now there's the potential obviously for a claim possibly against the owner of the dog and or the estate as well. Certainly the estate is implicated in some liability, so it's worth mentioning where the law stands on dog control. It's very straightforward, and this video will only literally take a couple of moments. So first of all, let's look at the offence. So it's a criminal offence. It's against the law to let your dog be dangerously out of control anywhere, and it gives a few examples in a public place or in a private place, for example your neighbour's garden. So if you take your dog around to your neighbour's barbecue, for example, and that dog injures somebody or it scares somebody, it doesn't actually have to cause injury to be classed as dangerously out of control, which we'll explain in a moment. Then you could be held liable, and even in the owner's home your dog could be classed as dangerously out of control if it attacks even a member of your own family. So what does out of control mean? Your dog is out of control if it actually causes physical injury to someone, a scratch or a bite, and interestingly here, if it makes somebody worried that they may be injured. So if your dog was to rush at somebody, for example, and even stop short, or you call it back before it actually attacks or interacts with that member of the public or the third party, then your dog can still be classed as dangerously out of control. So a court can deem your dog to be dangerously out of control also if it attacks somebody's animal, and if it's attacking an animal, another dog for example, and the owner of that animal or dog tries to intervene and they get injured, then you can be held liable for that injury also. So again, the penalties are quite severe. There's unlimited fines and 6 months in prison or both if your dog is dangerously out of control, and you can be banned from owning dogs in the future, and your animal can be destroyed. If you allow your dog to injure somebody, you can go to prison for 5 years or be fined, or both. And if you use your dog as a weapon, then you can be, as in get in boy, fetch, attack, then that's malicious wounding, which carries much more serious penalties. And if you allow your dog to kill somebody, then the maximum penalty for that is 14 years in prison and unlimited fines or both. So let's very quickly recap then. Animal control, dog control is really important. Be aware, if you own a dog, you have the responsibility. You must have it under control at all times. Doesn't mean it has to be on a lead at all times. Your dogs can be off leash where permitted, but the point where it rushes and causes alarm and distress, it's dangerously out of control. And at the point where it attacks a person or another dog or animal, it's out of control. If you have any questions, give me a shout. That's Richard Wade, Health and Safety Department, 07 954 801 510. I'll put the link to this in the video. Thank you and have a great weekend.